Thank you very much for introduction. Let me double check if I'm audible. Can you hear me very well? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can hear you, Dr. Utman.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much again for attending, and very happy to and delighted to join this nice conference with this great people. Let's talk about, we're talking about AI is endless. We're talking about every day almost. And I wanted to deep dive a little bit about the cognitive part of AI and in a relation with data. So shaping the future of human-centric cities from smart city to cognitive city. And I will try to explain the differences between that and walk you through those journey. Now, very short about myself after the great introduction. Nothing much to add. I'm a passionate IT entrepreneur and psychologist. Serial startups and companies in the past 25 years, started in my 16s. And I am very passionate also at the academic world. Last 12 years, I have been honored to develop curriculum for several universities in Europe and also in the MENA region. And I provided several coaching sessions and mentoring for the next generation. And like I'm doing today, I'm really happy to speak a speaker in several conferences worldwide about mainly smart cities, artificial intelligence, business, and governance. And today we will dive deeper on the smart city part. So after this introduction, I want to take you with me in the evolution from the smart city to the cognitive city, and we'll see what are the differences there. The very important integration of data science and put the human on the centric part and not the technical as a central. And then we will check together the roadmap and the challenges about what's coming next and where we already in. First of all, smart or intelligent. So that's a definition that is used or misused sometimes. Something it's the same, but it's a real difference. Smart is just following rules and instructions, and intelligence is more than that. And I have done an example or a smart exercise in university, and I told the ask the students in two groups. One of the groups, the goal was to put my phone to my home. And I didn't give any instructions to one team, and the other team, I gave them instructions where I live and what is the best road to follow. And they should be aware of traffic jam and all these instructions. So both teams followed the rules, but the other team, I didn't give them anything. I just told them that your goal is to put this phone and get it back in my home as soon as possible. So the first team followed my rules and instructions, and they did that very well and very practical, and they achieved the task. But that was smart of them to follow the instructions as good as possible, and being very alert of traffic jam or maybe things obstacles they can get on the way to my home. But the intelligent team, they didn't have any information, so they had to find and think and try and retry to even find out where I live, what is my address, how to get there, what is the best approach, what is the best transportation model. So dealing with all this, that requires intelligence because you're then context aware. Where am I? Where do I have to go? What do I have around me? You should learn because on the way you learn what is the best way to get to the home of the professor, taking a car, plane, bicycle, walk. You have to adapt. You have to forecast. There's raining on the way. We should take precautions. There's a lot of things you have to foresee before you start the journey. And during that journey, you're busy with collecting the data yourself. So that's why I make the difference here because we're talking a lot about smart cities, but we want to go to intelligent cities. And that's why we call it also artificial intelligent and not smart artificial. So from smart cities to a cognitive city, in the traditional smart city, we collect data, we put applications above that data, and then we have like a system. So for example, we collect data of the traffic, and we use an application on that data like a smart traffic light, and based on that we can manage the traffic light on an automatic way. But if we go further in a cognitive way of going to a cognitive city, it is more of not only collecting data, but it is collecting data from different sources, pre-processed and prepared data. But the core here is to integrate these data, let data talk with each other, and the data and the system we're building should be context aware. Uh, we'll talk later about that, but the context awareness is very important to improve the decision making and to respond on what's going around, and not just if then else or the real based model of previous AI. In that way, we try to mimic human thoughts because humans have cognitive capabilities and capacities, and when we try to mimic that, then we come closer to act and make decisions more like a human brain and not just as a machine that's very abstract thinking. So when getting this together, so we collect, then we connect and give it context, and that's what when we have knowledge. And what we need is not only data, but we need knowledge. We need to know what is going around and how to adapt and forecast and be dynamic on what's happening around us, and not only processing data with collecting and processing and output. So when we collect and we connect and add the context around it, then we have knowledge, and that's where something becomes from smart to intelligent. So the role of the data and the core of data in this whole situation of smart and cognitive cities is that data is the foundation, like everyone knows here, of AI. Without any data, we don't have anything. If a person doesn't learn anything, he has no data and no, yeah, he doesn't learn or go to school or learn anything in life, then it's very difficult to be smart or to be intelligence and become knowledge or obtain knowledge. So that's the core. And we're dealing here with structured and unstructured data. We have structured data like data coming from several inputs, and we know what is the weather forecasting, what is the traffic forecasting, what is statistics data we have from the past, and we have some calculated data. But we have also a lot of unstructured data, like the previous doctor mentioned in machine learning. It is unsupervised learning. So there's not something that we already know, but something we are going to explore during the journey, and using several techniques like the previous doctor explained very well. The reinforcement learning, for example, is dealing with unstructured data, and when we get the data, we have to deal with it immediately and structure it, pre-process it, and turn it into knowledge. So what are examples of context-aware data? One of I already mentioned is predicting traffic congestion and adjusting traffic signals accordingly. But another one is when we have like lights, street lights are going on off based on rule base. For example, when it's daylight, then the lights are going off, and when it's dawn or sun's going down, then the light is going on. But when we have context-aware data, then we know that at the end of this road, where there are the traffic lights, where are the street lights going on at sundown when the sun goes down. But we know today there isn't happening in that area. For example, let's say there's a major football match, or there's a major event going on in that day. And we know also that There will be the weather conditions will be different, so it may be more dark this night. There will be a lot of people going to that event. There is maybe security cameras around that needs more light, and all that context and all that data that is connected to each other. Then it gives us more quality of those traffic lights or the street lighting to go maybe on several in different times than the regular days, or it happens in Amsterdam, Barcelona. I've seen it also in North Africa, that these lights are going to shine more to help the CCTV cameras around to recognize people on that event so that they are not allowed to go and to do more with that with the quality of the light. So when we manage the different resources and connect them to each other, we get more quality data because it's contextualized, and then it will give us to a city that is not only smart but is intelligent, because it knows where it lives, and it knows what it's going on, and not just rule based on predefined actions. So I always do the comparison between HI and AI. Who's in control? Is human intelligence still in control, or is AI taking over? That's I won't say a battle, but that's something will go on for forever, I guess. AI started and still, in my opinion, mimicking the human intelligence. We're not there yet, and I don't know if we'll get there and if we want to get there, but it's always how is human acting, how is human thinking, and that's what AI try to mimic and try to do for sure better, faster, more enhanced, because it has maybe more capacity of data storage than a human being, and analytics, and the speed is different, but it's still the human intelligence that AI tries to mimic, and not the other way around. So humans set goals. We want to do something, and we have a goal, and that's what we want to achieve. We will talk later about ethical part, but we have that. We have emotions. We have ethical frameworks. We have a lot of more goals than the AI, which is a machine, and what we give it, it will give us back. When we talk about stages of AI, when you go maybe to the next stage of AGI or maybe super intelligence, there will be a different discussion. But now we are still in control. We are dictating what AI should do for us to make our life a better place, and to enhance and facilitate a lot of things we can do ourselves, or maybe we won't want to do anymore. So AI is very good at analyzing data, identify patterns, optimize the processes, recommend us what is the best thing to do, automate a lot of tasks we don't want to do ourselves anymore, and help us with making better decisions. So it is not going to take over at all and make the decisions for all. Sometimes we let it, but sometimes we will only use it as a very good and powerful tool to give us the possibility to make even better decisions. For sure, we always face technical challenges, like complexity of the data. We're getting more and more data, and the quantity is very much. So we will have like processing power getting more important, how to pre-process the data, clean up the data, because rubbish in, rubbish out. So the huge amount of data gives us the complexity how to deal with the data, and that's why because of AI and thanks of AI revolution, many other jobs coming up. We've talked, my previous colleagues talk about AI replacing jobs or adding more jobs. I still believe it will do them both, but it will shift the focus from some of the jobs maybe we are not good at anymore, and AI can do better. We have done that in the aviation years ago when introducing the autopilot in the airplanes, that is more powerful and more secure than having a pilot do everything manual for a flight of 12 hours. That will happen more and more in our day life. The cultural preservation is a challenge. We integrate the city with AI and with automation and with all this robotics taking over, but we should never forget and let go the cultural aspect of the city, the cultural heritage of the city, the atmosphere of the city, how a city feels, and the history of the city. That's something we should never get out of sight. And how are we going to preserve that using all these automated processes? And the interoperability is the seamless integration of AI across a lot of surfaces. That surfaces can be almost autonomous to use each other. So when us like we're talking, this year is 2025. Most people call it the year of AI agents. We create agents for a certain task, but we create also agents that maybe create other agents or that trigger other agents, like colleagues working together. So we'll have AI agents working together, and the seamless integration of these agents or these different services that are driven by AI will be very key and challenging how to do that in a very correct way. So what about a lot of other stuff? Like my previous colleague said, security, ethics, privacy, trust. All these aspects are very, very important, because when we go very fast with the speed we are now developing AI, each, not only even say each day, but each hour something news come up, and other service, another possibility coming up, we could go too fast and use these aspects. But they are very, very important to keep AI helping us and not taking over the good stuff in our life, and AI taking over stuff maybe we shouldn't do anymore as humans, to have more quality time for other things that really matter and that we won't be taken about over from AI. And what I just mentioned before, the cultural aspect, diversity, the values, inclusivity, fairness, uh, that's something we should always be in control as humans, and have AI helping us do that better and better, and not just give AI to do everything and we just sit there and watch. We should use AI to the maximum to take over repetitive tasks, so we will have more time for this, for the cultural aspect and the ethics and the diversity and all this stuff. The security is very important. AI is a powerful tool and helper to give security and enhancement. For sure, it's a cat-mouse fight, using AI also for hacking, and it is also a powerful tool for that. But using the best of the tool for both aspects, making it more secure, having monitoring more better and better. And for sure, the other side will also use AI for the bad things, and that's, well, actually the active life will always have bad and good things. Try to keep each other in balance. The privacy is a very sensitive and yet important aspect. We need data. We need to collect data to give more services in higher quality and better AI. But collecting this data and getting this data should be done in a very responsible matter, because we should never lose the privacy of our humans outside. And then I come to the last, but not at least one, and that's trust. This is all about implementing AI and embracing AI is about building trust of all these services and maybe machines around us that are there to help us. We only sleep in the plane because we trust that there is an autopilot, but we also trust there is a pilot that's very skilled and studied for years, and there are two of them keeping each other in sight, and they are keeping us safe. So if we don't have that trust into the system and into AI, we won't go sleep at at the back seat of an autonomous car, or maybe put our kids in the car and just giving the destination via an app and trust the autonomous car to bring our kids to school. So it is not only technical aspect. We can go very, very far with technical innovations, but if we don't build the trust on those machines or on those solutions, we won't. So the autonomous city of the future of actually, we are already in the future, or we're just today, so we're not predicting anymore like science fiction movies. We're living everything what science fiction movies just a couple of years ago predicted, and more to come, and more is there already. So we are in self-regulating traffic, automated public services, autonomous cars is coming and are there already, driverless taxis, cabs. So we have a lot of things already going on, and it's now for us to embrace it or to go out against it. Regulations try to block a lot of things with using regulations. We are in a fight to see the right balance, because we want these facilities and we want to embrace them and they make our life easier. But at the same time, we have a lot of challenges, ethical considerations, like I told, security, privacy, trust. So the balancing control is the key here, that the human should stay in the center of all this, and not the technical driving us. And that's where sometimes goes lost, that we are having the technical innovation leading us, and forget that it's about us as a human. So I really going for a human-centered approach. So the prioritizing human well-being and quality of life. That's the goal. And AI development and everything what's around us is here to make it to make our life better. And it's not we are living to use AI and to produce AI and to go for and just make it faster and better and better and better. But we should always have the goal. It's about the human. So we are in control, and we are the people here want to do something to have other qualities that maybe we don't have now, because we don't have time to go for quality of life, and we have to do a lot of things ourselves, and to make a living, and we're working 20 hours a day to become better and better. But what about if we have like the assistance we get now, thanks to the innovations, to be real there to helping us take the boring task maybe, or the repetitive task, so we will have more quality of life. So to do that, we really have data governance. We really have, we need, again, the building trust on what's around us, so we can stay in control. We can trust the new technology that is coming here to make our life better. So in summary, what is happening and already, and what is the future, the focus is, we need first an infrastructure. If we don't have an infrastructure that really facilitates the upcoming technologies, then we don't have a solid base. The infrastructure should be like AI power technologies, sources of data that is pre-processed, processed, and well collected, connected, contextualized. So we have real solid infrastructure of knowledge, not only the data. We shouldn't forget the regulations. So it should be clear, the legal frameworks, the urban environment, safety, liability, ethical concerns. That's a very important aspect as well. And then we'll have the public acceptance. So if we don't accept to give a little bit of our privacy for a better surface, if we don't accept the autonomous driving vehicles or the cabs, then technology will be useless. At the end, are we ready or are we already late? And the key takeaways I want to emphasize here is AI-powered cities in general must be human-centric. So we should not be technology-driven, but human-driven. Just the technology innovations and advancement of technology should lead us what we do, but what do we want to improve our lives. So always put the human in the central. Uh, Ethical part we should keep inside. Our values are very important. We should not be becoming like AI is mimicking the human, and if we don't, uh, if we lose this aspect, there will be humans mimicking AI in the future. So we'll almost want also to become as good as AI, and AI should always try to be as good as us in the practical part, but the human part, the cognitive skills part of the human being should always be in the center. Collaboration, not only between AI agents and the systems and services and the data connections, but collaboration between the humans as well to make this a good way of living. And again, adoption. AI is here to stay. AI is here for a long time ago and will be there for the future for us. So we should adopt it and embrace it in a correct way. It's not against us. It's not threatening us. If we stay in the middle and stay in control, it will be the greatest thing happening to humans, because we will be embracing it and let AI take over the task AI can do better. So we will have more time for other things AI maybe not be able to do, or maybe we don't want AI to do that. So we can spend more time with our loved ones and have a quality of time, and not just being focused on working and producing and check out the checkbox of our to-do list daily. So the final thought is not if cities will become cognitive, but rather, are we ready for this transformation? Cities are becoming cognitive, and they are already cognitive. What I'm telling you here is already happening in worldwide, and it could be many examples of that. But we are here we are not late, but we should be ready. If we are not ready, then we are late. So we are here to embrace what's happening around us, and we are going to create this ourselves. So it is not the technical elite dictating what we should do and we should embrace and go for it, but it's a collaboration between technical innovation and the human part. Thank you very much for your time. I want to keep it short. If any questions, somebody. Mm.
There are no questions, I think.
Yes, thank you very much, Laurie. I'll be happy to connect with everyone offline, and we can have other discussions in another time. Thank you very much all for your